Again, a track that I haven't played for a while, but I'm glad I did. That was Homeward Bound from Monty Python's and the Holy Grail. If you haven't seen that one as well, do watch it. I love Monty Python. Great comedy sketch. Okay, it's the moment that everyone's all been waiting for, which I know people do now are really starting to love this feature. So I'm really glad. So, pick a mix scene. So, what I... Sorry, I can't help laugh every time I do it because it's just ridiculous, especially when I've got a guest here. They're just like, "What is it?"
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay,
I'm like, what's this?
So basically, if you don't know what Pick a Mix is and you've just tuned in, or this is the first show you've ever listened to, again, where have you been? Secondly, basically what I do is I take a scene from a famous film and I parody it, where I'm in the scene with an actor or a character or a creature or whatever. So last week I did Psycho, where Norman Bates was flirting with me. The week before I had James McAvoy's Hedwig in Split, basically telling me that I was going to get beaten up by somebody, which obviously was the Beast, but I turned it around and was like, oh, okay, I know what's happened here. And the first one was I was playing Lloyd the barman, where Jack Torrance, where I think he's already drunk in my bar, and I think he's had enough to drink. So, yeah, I kind of take those scenes and mix it. So, this scene from Jurassic Park is where there's famous scenes where the T-Rex breaks through the fence. And, of course, it's the bit where Sam Neill's like, keep absolutely still.
Silent.
Vision's based on movement, you know. So this is that scene, okay? Yeah. So I'm basically with Sam Neill in this scene, in the car. T-Rex is on the loose. So, yeah. So this is what would happen if I was in Jurassic Park. You're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio. With me today, Reese Manigan, and my special guest today, Stephanie.
I do say Boateng.
Boateng, yes. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far at the moment. It's been brilliant today. Absolutely fantastic vibe show as well. Just like last week. Great conversations, great chat. So we need to bring up some movie updated news. Of course, we need to talk about the biggest elephant in the room. David Lynch sadly passed away just recently at the age of 78. He was the legendary director who did films such as Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, Inland Empire, Dune, and also probably one of the most depressing films I've ever seen, Elephant Man, which is a great film, but I don't know if I could ever watch it again. It was so sad. Again, relating to the whole thing of being different and everything. Like, you know, you can't just take that away, man. It's really, really upsetting. But what a film. I mean, John Hurt, Anthony Hopkins, great casting. And, but it is a very, very, very sad film, but a very good film, just very hard to watch. But also, David Lynch, I mean, what a director. I mean, he had done some incredible stuff. Blue Velvet was one of them that I've definitely seen. Very unique film. Mulholland Drive was a bit of an odd one, but a good one. Like, odd but good sort of film. But that's what I liked about him. He really did some incredible, surreal stuff. Like, this was a director that you just would know that if you were going to go into a David Lynch film, you would kind of know what to expect and maybe not know what to expect. But there are some films that I still need to watch from his that are on my list, and I'll definitely have to give him a watch now that he's sadly no longer with us. But David Lynch, what a great director. We're going to miss you. The industry's not going to be the same without you. And, rest in peace, seriously.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, it's just such an amazing director. Also, on some positive news, Joel McHale has been joined for the Scream 7 cast. He's going to be playing Sidney Prescott's husband. In case you don't know who the actor is, he was the very abusive, weird, creepy boss in Ted with Mila Kunis. Very funny actor. He's done some very good films. In fact, he's very good at playing nasty people. He's always cast as playing really weird, nasty people. He just has a good vibe for that. So God knows what he's going to be like playing Sidney Prescott's husband in Scream 7. That'll be very interesting. Let's hope he's not very creepy towards her in that film. Let's hope he's not Ghostface. You know, I mean, who knows? He could be Ghostface. You never know. But Scream 7, I mean, obviously Scream 7's had a bit of like massive controversy over the past couple of years because obviously the lead actress who was in the Scream... Oh, sorry guys, that was the computer. That wasn't me. I do apologise for that. So as we all know, Scream 7 has had a bit of a crazy production line because Melissa Barrera, who was dropped by Spyglass because of her support by Palestine, General Ortega followed after her when she left because them two are obviously friends. They don't not want to not work together. And also directed Christopher Landon, who was the director of Happy Death Day, was supposed to direct the film, but he left as well because of the production. So this film has completely gone downhill, but luckily the creator of Scream, Kevin Williamson, is directing Scream 7, which I'm very happy about because he is the genius screenwriter behind the Scream 1, 2, 4, and he was executive producer on 5 and 6. So he is like the Scream king. You know, he knows his stuff. So I have got no worries about him directing this film. So I'm really got full faith in him. So come on, Kevin, bring us a good Scream film.
Excited to watch it, yeah.
Yep. You've never seen any of the Scream films. Please tell me you have.
I mean, like one.
The first one.
Yeah, but it's like, as I said, horror. But yeah, I've seen one.
Oh, but Scream is a film that takes the mickey out of horror.
I know.
It's a bit of a parody and
but then I've seen definitely Scream 1, I think like maybe up to 3, but then I'm just kind of like, it just got too many. Like, it's like, okay.
Well, true, but I will say this. Scream 1 and 2, really good.
Yeah.
Scream 3 is the worst one.
Yeah.
Scream 4, an improvement on Scream 3. 5, brilliant, the third best one. The 6... better than 3, not as good as 5.
To be fair, that's your niche because you're really into dark comedies and stuff. So it's like,
it is. Yeah. So
that makes sense.
So yeah, but Scream 7, yeah. So it comes. They've actually started filming. The director actually posted that he is started filming now, and he said he had a really great first day of shooting. So he was really obviously the excitement and the hype's coming. Scream 7 will be released on the 27th of February in 2026. So put that in your calendars, guys. I definitely will. Looking forward to that one. In other news, James Cameron has teased brave choices in Avatar 3, as he says you've got to break the mold every freaking time. Apparently, you could hardly accuse James Cameron of playing it safe with Avatar and Avatar Way of Water. Obviously, he's best known for directing the Avatar 2 films plus Titanic. And of course, this is the guy who doesn't take notes from 20th Century Fox, because when they gave him notes for Avatar, he binned them and said, look, I've made money for Titanic. You should just let me do what I want to do. Clearly he does, because Avatar 2 shows it. I'm not going to lie.
What did you think of Avatar 2?
Is that, well, no, I actually quite enjoyed Avatar 2, but I didn't like it as much as the first film.
Neither did I.
I mean, it was great to see in the big screen. Great 3D, great action scenes. The only thing I do have issues with is his dialogue. I'm quite surprised, because I thought James Cameron would have come up with a bit better writing, but it's fine, whatever. Anyway, but he says apparently, we've got some really clever action set pieces. He promises you get to get your blood up in this movie. But what excites me as an artist who recently turned 70 and has kind of done all that stuff is not only the opportunity to do it again, but to get a level of character and intrigue you haven't seen before in an Avatar film. Okay, that's quite interesting. So he's basically saying it's not going to be like the first or the second one, but can we just believe it when we see it? Because I'm not being funny. We've had that sort of tease before. Yeah, you're going to get something different, but how do we know?
Honestly, I loved Avatar when it came out, and that was like, and then Avatar 2, I was like, okay, we're doing this thing again.
Yeah, so, you kind of, yeah. So anyway, and speaking about that, the director of Alien Romulus says apparently we're going to go into uncharted waters with his next Alien film. Alien Romulus, of course, was the film that came out last year. It was a midquel to the first and second Alien. It was in between the first and second Alien movies. I really loved the film. In fact, we spoke about it earlier. It was really, really good. It really surprised me. Great movie. But apparently they're going to do a sequel. But what I love about this director is he's saying, we have got a sequel in mind, but we're not going to rush it. We know what ideas we want to do, but we're going to play it safe. Be very careful with it, take our time, and then we'll make the film that we want the audiences to have. So this is a director that knows what he wants. This is a director that's saying we are thinking about our audience more than we're thinking about ourselves. Now, that's a director. James Cameron, he's kind of like, yeah, I'll do what I want. But the director of Alien Romulus is basically saying, look, I'm caring about the fans here. I'm going to be very careful. So do you know what? Good on him.
Yeah, definitely.
Good on him. And he's a really good director. I mean, I absolutely loved Don't Breathe and the Evil Dead 2013 film. Both films are really good. And when I heard he was directing Alien Romulus, I wasn't too afraid. Obviously, I had my doubts, but no, he pulled it off. So I have no fear with him. I've actually got really, really high hopes for this guy. So come on, let's see what we can bring. Oh, hang on a minute. Jodie Comer's been talking about 28 Years Later, which is the sequel to 28 Weeks Later. Jodie Comer was terrified, apparently. She said, I felt like I was running for my life. Apparently, she was doing scenes that involved a lot of chasing, a lot of blood spewing, and a lot of action. And she's basically said that apparently I felt like the whole thing was real. And my heart was racing. I was actually terrified. it was like a beacon of light. It was like, great visions and everything. But oh my God, I felt like that I was actually running for my life while making this film. So there you go. So maybe when she's actually terrified of the film, she's going to look actually terrified in this movie. Well, I can't wait to see 28 Years Later, because I do like the first film and I'm really looking forward to this one. Apparently, they've already filmed the other sequel to it back to back. So this is going to be apparently a new trilogy of films, which is going to be quite interesting.
That will be interesting. If they pull it off, it will be even like better, because it's been such a long time since the first one. So it's like.
But the good thing is the original director and the original screenwriter are coming back. Alex Garland, by the way, who is my hero. I love Alex Garland. He did Ex Machina, Civil War, Men, and Devs, and everything. Everything he's done. That man is a genius, and he's coming back to write the films. So if he's written them, I have no fear. He's a great screenwriter as well as a great director. And when I heard he was coming back to do it, I was really excited, because everyone, I have to bring this up again, because it just makes me laugh how the media twists everything. Because he said he wasn't going to direct a film for the foreseeable future after Civil War, everyone was like, oh, he's given up filmmaking. But that was not the case. He said that he's working as a screenwriter. Filmmaking does not always mean directing or everything. He said, I'm doing my job. He said, and I loved how profound he said. He said, I'm working on a project, now we know what it is, for Danny Boyle, which is a lot of pressure. You've got a lot of stuff to, and I'm doing my job. So I'm screenwriting. And I was like, yeah, you tell them. You tell that media that you're not retiring, and you tell them that you're screenwriting, and you tell them. I mean, I just felt really sorry for him, because the poor bloke was basically saying, look, I'm not going to be directing for the foreseeable future. Yeah. But then they're like, oh, so he's retiring, then he's not doing any more films. No, he is making more films. He's writing them.
There's so many other facets, like, you know what I'm saying?
Editing,
have to be that. Exactly.
Post-production, producer. Yeah. Where do those stand then?
Yeah, exactly.
Where do they stand on the list? Oh my God. That's like saying Steven Spielberg, I'm not going to be directing, but he produces as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So Steven Spielberg's retiring. No, he's producing. He's not directing. There's a difference. Come on, people. It's funny as well. It's like for me, for example, because I do everything. I write, direct, edit. Yeah. I do everything. If I said to people, right, I'm not gonna direct this film but I'm gonna maybe write it. I swear to God, if I get, Reese is gonna be retiring from filmmaking, I'll be like, you obviously don't know what filmmaking is.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say, look, you see this script?
Yeah.
Whose name's on it? You know what I mean? Does that mean I'm retiring?
Exactly. It requires you have to do like so many roles at once.
It's so,
especially for the indies,
so annoying that people do not know what it is.
Honestly,
it's so annoying. There's no point in it. It just really boils my blood when they say that. Anyway, so that's the updated movie news, guys. I wanted to bring that up because I had to bring up about David Lynch, obviously. I didn't forget about that. I was just like, oh my God, I have to bring that up because, wow, poor David Lynch, man. But anyway, we all know about his impact of the film industry, and it was incredible. Right, so let's start playing another track. And then I think afterwards we better talk about who's in your film.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, because I want to know a little bit more about that. So we'll talk more about that after this track, Zack Snyder's Justice League theme. So that was Zack Snyder's Justice League theme. Do you know what? I can't say that all. Zack Snyder's Justice League theme. Blah, 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 blah. You knew what it was. There you go. I can't say it all anyway. Anyway, my name is Reese Manigan. You're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with... Oh, hang on a second. What's happened there? Oh, sorry. I forgot to pause the video. There you go. Sorry. I'm with my special guest today.
Stephanie Boateng.
There you go. Better me than saying the first name than the second name. Okay, so... Oh, what's that? Okay, sorry. I got a weird message on my phone there. Didn't need to know that. Sorry, there you go. Anyway, so... let's talk about your film again really quickly. Yeah. Let's know who is actually in your film and if these actors have actually been in anything else so people might know.
Definitely. So, the main actor... His name is Wavy Jones. He's been in a bunch of films, TV shows, etc. The most recent one, actually, just The Good Doctor. He was in the final season. So How am I even talking? The Good Doctor is about an autistic doctor.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah. Great series.
So it was like the way they put that together. I guess it's been out for however many years, but I only knew about it when he was starring in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Really excited to have him be a part of the project. He's a really long-term friend of mine. I met him when I was living in LA.
Wow.
So yeah, just like I'm just thinking of other shows like Reprisal, See You Yesterday. He originally played B.I.G. in Notorious, the Unsolved series. So he was Notorious B.I.G. So yeah, he's just been in a lot of stuff, but he's also a musician as well, and that's actually his first love essentially, and acting kind of just fell onto him. But he's a musician, so within the movie, it's about a musician going through this journey, transforming their music as well as finding new art as they're in Ghana. And what's important about this film is that in Ghana we just have such a rich culture. Like African culture is very rich, and just even the scenes, the landscape. And I feel like the world doesn't really know like the beauty of a lot of places, especially in Africa. And so I just want to focus on Ghana because obviously I'm from there.
Yeah, of course.
And just really showcase like just the raw beauty that we have there, but also just kind of how creative the environment can be and how you can just literally use it as a place, like a healing hub almost, because a lot of people go there and they're like, oh my gosh, I had such a great time. It was really peaceful. The people are so nice and peaceful, and like just the place and being there, they just felt like, you know, just connected. And a lot of people, not just obviously from the UK, but even a lot of people I've met there, because going to Ghana, you just meet so many different people. Like I've met so many people from going there, like so many people. I met Kudi Rock from being in Ghana, like, and he shot, you know, Kanye's documentary Yeezus. I've just met so many random people, and like people that go there and literally talk about how beautiful it is and just how they felt so connected, especially some people coming from America as well, African Americans. But I just feel like, yeah, it's going to be such a transformative movie because I'm also including known actors from Ghana as well. So you have the audiences, and then I'm going to do a little feature in there myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm bringing like, you know, Ghanaian actors that are known in there as well. I'm bringing obviously my really good friend from the States, and then I have a feature, and then like two other people, but I don't want to name everyone here because I kind of want people to tune in to my post next week, 23rd of January on my birthday, where I'll announce more about the project.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, definitely it's going to be really good. And for me, it's not just about like the known faces. It's more about the community and bringing like Africans from different parts of the world together, no matter where they are. And that's kind of like what I'm about as well. Like, you know, I'm Ghanaian, I'm from the diaspora, but I really want to tell stories that really showcase who you are, where you're from, and also encompass that culture that we just kind of miss in a lot of like the films that I, you know, watch on TV. I don't see anything that really represents me as much.
No, that's what I was saying earlier. You remember there about the difference, and no one wants it. Yeah, exactly. So no, that's brilliant. So no, do you know what? Good on you. And no, seriously, good on you, because the fact that you're going to do it and you're going to get it out there and you're going to distribute and everything, it's just awesome. It's what you should do. So well done.
I appreciate that. I mean, you have to go for it.
Yeah, of
who
course.
else is going to, you know, do anything for you?
Well, that's why I've been doing it for 20 years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Understand, like,
exactly.
Just get it done. So,
exactly. And you know, so yeah, no, 100%. So yeah, well done, honestly. So I will definitely be sharing the link out on social media, definitely get it out there. So you guys should definitely fund this project. This project has to happen, 100%.
It's going to happen, you know, either way it's going to happen, yeah. But I would appreciate all the support and the funding and the money you guys can slap on the project. Yeah, I'm going to support that. Like, I'm going to support you, supporting me, of course. So yeah, definitely.
Exactly, 100%. Amazing.
Whatever you're able to do.
Brilliant. Well, I'll do my best, definitely. Like I said, I got a few contacts, so they might be able to, you know, unless there's a few contacts that might go, I'll put some in, but do you think I could be in the film? I'll be like, don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Look, there is
there is a few like that.
Potentially, because at the end of the day, it's like who's willing to come out there as well. Obviously, I can't fly everyone out unless I have the full budget.
Just
and
get
then
a free holiday.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm there for the film, and then they're on the beach, and it's like, oh, this is amazing. You know, they're just trying to get a sneaky free holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I actually have so I went to a gallery. I don't know if you know Bradley Theodore, but this is like an artist. He had this pop-up gallery that happened in Mayfair, and I went there. He's got amazing work. And I just spoke to him. I was like, hey, you know, I'm a filmmaker. Would love to kind of like, you know, do something with you. And long story short, he's like, yeah, I'll feature in this film. And so he's literally just a part of it, doing a little cameo pop-up. He's never been to Ghana before. And he was like, yeah, I've never been to Ghana. People have spoken really great things about it. And just from going to that gallery, I've just like, you know, brought him on board. So
nice.
Yeah, it's just, you know, that's what you have to do sometimes. You just like, if there's people that you're inspired by their work, or you want to kind of get to them, just have a conversation and see what happens.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well that's great. So yes, we will definitely be sharing the link of that project to get it out. So yes, what's the name of the project again?
The return ticket.
The return ticket.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be sharing that out. And if you can fund anything, please make it happen, guys. If not, the film's going to get done anyway. So if you don't want to see it, too bad. It's going to happen. It's like with me. My films may not get any money, but they're going to get made either way.
They're going to get made, yeah.
So who cares?
Definitely.
So you can't stop an indie filmmaker from making their projects.
Trust me. But don't come to me afterwards and be like, oh my gosh, this was amazing.
Yeah.
And did you help? Did you support?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, so what's your next project? And it's like, no, because you didn't want to work with me when I was a nobody. So I had that. Well, I told you with scripting. When I released scripting, I had all them producers come up to me, the ones who turned me down.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're like, what's your next project? I went, well, whatever it is, you're not going to be involved in it. So you're just going to be watching it from the distance. You're not going to get any money out of me, mate.
Literally.
So go away. In fact, you should be giving me the money to make it. So come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Cough
exactly.
it up. Cough it up. Nah, whatever. Whatever. I'm better than that anyway. I know what I want to do with my projects, and I know what control I have with it. So do you know what? They can say whatever they want, do whatever they want. It doesn't matter to me.
Honestly, that's the attitude to have. You just have to just go for it and keep going. And a lot of people would say to me, oh, Stephanie, yeah, maybe you should introduce to this person. And for me, it's like, great, I could always make more contacts. But for me, it doesn't make a difference to what I'm going to do. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. At the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, what's even amazing is I had Elora Torchia come to my premiere of Scripts, and she's an actress who's been in Midsummer. She was in, she's done loads. She's just recently done an episode of Silent Witness.
Oh, okay.
She's been in quite a few things. In fact, she's just recently done a film with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And honestly,
that's my guy, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, literally. But she like, honestly, amazing actress, very underrated. And she came to my premiere for the film because we contacted each other on Instagram, and we just, like normal people, just chatted. We got on, and I said to her, "Do you want to come to my premiere?" She was like, "Yeah, I can make it." I was like, oh my God, she's actually coming. And she loved my film. Yeah. And she said to me, do you know what? Don't give up. Just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing amazing. Just keep going. And I was just thought, wow. And it's just amazing that you do get these actors who have worked with big people.
Yeah.
And luckily this one, she has not got an ego bone in her body.
Yeah. Like literally even what you said is just funny because like I had a premiere with one of my friends, Kwame Augustine, for this like mini series called Johnny. So it's kind of like a dark comedy. You probably would like it actually. You like a little bit of dark comedy. Not as dark as, but it was quite a dark comedy and drama. And we did a premiere in the Curzon Mayfair. Premiered it there.
Oh wow.
About 280 people probably showed up. Loads of people came. Getty was there taking pictures. Wow. People from like, the different production companies. I'm sure someone from like what was it again? It was like Channel Film 4. Yeah, Film 4, Netflix. Random people were there from different, companies, and people showed up in the industry. And it was great. It was amazing. Yeah. And then, people started conversations like, we're gonna hit you up and, whatnot. And then it just kind of does this thing where it just dies down and it's like, oh, it's interesting because you came to the premiere and everyone was all excited and everyone was like loving it, and then it's like they just go silent on you. And I'm like, I'm just tired of that kind of behavior. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
same. I mean, that's why I don't really let any, like, I'm very to myself when it comes, because I don't know who to trust. With me, it's, well, I know who I'm trusting. It's just this lot and this lot, and I know, so I keep my circle. But that's what I mean. And because at the end of the day, you're either going to meet someone who's going to help you,
quote unquote,
or you're going to meet someone who's going to say that and then they'll just nick your ideas.
I mean, and that's what it is. And I've lived in LA and I was there for like 2 years and I've met so many people. I have so many contacts, you know what I mean? So many contacts. So, and at the end of the day, it's like, but who is actually really willing to help you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might be a text away from a producer that's done like bare things on Netflix and stuff, but it's like realistically, who's gonna be interested? And it's like you have to just do your thing and just let them come to you.
100%.
Because when you're chasing, it's like it's just you're wasting your energy.
Oh, 100%. Yes,
you're wasting your energy.
100%. So that's why I'm very like, I know who to work with and who not. I mean, that's why I do my own stuff. I mean, I'm sick of people saying to me, you need to do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I don't.
No.
And I mean, I had someone come up to me once and say, you should be a runner. I'm like, why? And they're like, that's how you start. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because if you look at, for example, Mike Flanagan, who directed Horn of Hill House and stuff like that, do you know how he started? He was an editor for TV shows. He did TV shows because he edits his own stuff. He's like me, directs his own and edits his own stuff. So he released a short film for a film festival, which was Oculus. And that short film gained so much momentum. So a studio approached him and said, we want you to make that short film into a feature. And that's how he got it.
Wow.
So that's what I'm doing. So I've got all these short films I want to make, stick them into festivals. So I hope one day someone looks at it and goes, oh, that short film you just made, do you think you can make that into a feature? I'm like, yeah, but when I'm like, da-da-da, and that's how I want it to go.
Yeah.
Because no one becomes a runner. God, no, if back in 1907, maybe, but not now. Times have changed.
Definitely, they've changed, and people really utilizing social media as well. Because, like, I know people had things to say about YouTubers or content creators, but what they're doing is they're creating and generating their own money, and they're putting out the things that they want to do. So at the end of the day, they're still making content and they're still doing what they want to do.
And that's where my stuff goes, straight on YouTube, so people can watch. YouTube is like my Netflix at the moment.
Yeah,
so I'll say, right, here's a new series of Outsmarted. It's on Netflix, boom, boom, boom. Netflix, YouTube. I wish it was on Netflix. No, YouTube, boom, boom, boom. And I say, right, it's uploaded on this day. You catch it on this. I have a playlist so people can watch it. So I do it like that. But yeah, I mean, I've got stories. We could go on forever about this. It's just a shame my radio show's not longer, so we could literally talk about the ups and downs of this crazy industry
and go into the depths. Because literally, what you said about someone said you should do this. It's like there's so many people that feel like they need to tell you what to do.
Yeah, and they feel like they know it.
Do you know the industry? How many years have you been in the industry for? Like because someone else has done this and someone else has done that. And it's like it doesn't work like that. Everyone has their own unique journey.
Yeah,
and everyone's.
And do you know, one time someone said to me that you need to start funding this, hiring these, and I went to him. All right, then give me 700 million and I'll do it. And then they were like, what? I said, well, give us some money. I was like, what? And then they were like, no, you need to. I was like, all right, when I win the lottery, I'll do it then. Oh my God. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
don't
honestly.
Be so arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, what is your problem?
Honestly.
It's just like, no, thank you. But you know what? It doesn't matter because when I do make a stuff with like, if I've got my cast family or I have actors who are actually genuine, and I mean, I've got to say, Alien Nation, for instance, right? I was really worried because I actually had new actors more than old actors. But amazingly, the shooting every day was absolutely perfect. I was so happy. I never honestly thought that it was going to go smoothly.
Yeah.
Every day was beautiful. The days were beautiful. Like the sun was out. It was hot. Everything was honestly. And I thought this is incredible. And the fact that it was done. And it was put out, I was like, yes, I've done it. And I was so happy that I almost cried with happiness.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so happy that it's done. And it looked so, and I was like, there is a good hope for filmmaking when it's good. And it's like with scripting. I did scripting. That went really well because that was mostly with actors who I knew. But we did it very quickly, done it very well. And every day was amazing. And it's just when you do get those sort of days, you're just like, oh, so nice. It went so well. Yeah. And you look back on that film and you go, yeah, it was all good. But there are occasions when you work with someone and you look back and you think, oh, do you know, I wish that person was not in my film now. So what I do now is if I'm making a film and there's one actor that will like start or be where I say, right, do you know what? You're axed. I'm starting all over again. I'm not having you in my film. No chance. You do not deserve any of my footage. Get out. And then I have to start all over again, and I will start all over again.
Yeah. Do you know what? At the end of the day, you know what you want and the vision you have for your project, and at the end, like,
and it's not just that. I just don't want egos in my film. Sorry, so please leave.
I understand.
I can't have that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, I don't mind if you have a little bit of confidence in you, but there's a difference between confident and being an ego, and there's too many of them. I'm sorry. I just please no. You either work with me, and we have our own little collaboration, that's the word I was looking for, to work on this project, or if you don't, then please get out of my life because I can't, because now what I'm doing this year, I've made a little pact to myself because it's my 20th anniversary of making films. I am not working with anybody new. So for example, if I'm doing a casting call and someone pops up and says, oh yeah, I'll do it, I'm not doing that anymore. Instead, I'm going to be working with the genuine people and got on there and I'm like, yep, I'm having this, that is my people.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing this year. Because I've had 2 years of too many toxic people and I'm not having it anymore.
No, I completely understand you because my friend who's the leading role in my feature, he literally is like, this year, you know, he's just trying to rest and not do too many things. And at the end of the day, like, there's roles that so many roles he's turned down, and that's just based on the fact that he just wants to be at a place where I want to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And that's what I love it. I love that energy, because for me, that's what it's about. It's like, let's be in charge and create our own narratives and create what we want to put on the screens, because that's what film is all about.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be the same as everyone else or what, you know, these production companies want. Like, do what you feel you want to put out there, and people will come to you.
100%.
Yeah, you'll find your audience.
Exactly. Right, okay, so let's play another track, because we've only got 10 minutes left.
Oh my gosh.
I think we should play something a bit fun and a bit nostalgic. So how about a little bit of Toy Story? Nostalgia there. That was Toy Story Hang Together on Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio. Unfortunately, now we're almost ending. We've actually got 3 minutes until we end. But Stephanie, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today. You've been a great guest. The conversation we've had about your film and the fact that you're funding it and everything, it's just been absolutely inspiring, amazing. The fact that you've been fighting to make this project and everything, it's just been brilliant. So, yeah, so how's it been for you today?
Honestly, I've actually had a really great time, and I was not expecting to have this much fun. I'm just genuinely being serious, like, so yeah, definitely enjoyed it, and I think you're just a great guy as well, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love the way you've just like done your show, and just your banter, everything.
Well, I like to keep it fun. We're a fun radio show, and that's what I like to do. But it's been great having you. Honestly, it's been so refreshing, as I said, to have a film director come up and tell you about your film and everything. Honestly, it's going to be great. We definitely need to talk about this in the future, and I really hope your project does get funded. But either way, make it, get it done.
There we
Don't
go.
give up.
Yep.
Keep going. And again, just thank you so much.
Thank you. Honestly, it's actually been a really good time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 minutes left.
I know, like, do you know what? That's what I said. I mean, if the show was longer, we could just talk about like the industry non-stop. Like, I've had this before, like with the actors and other guests. Like, we would talk about, and then I'll look back and I'll go, oh, it's nearly 12 o'clock already. Really? Like, does it have to be this short? But anyway,
it flew by faster.
It did. Oh yeah, it does. Well, that's because being on a radio show, it's fun. You have fun. Time flies. There you go. Okay, so let me just quickly go on about next week's show. Next week, I say this every week. I should have another guest. I say that because you never know what life happens. I say, you know, will I have another guest? But no, on my diary it says I do have another guest, but I will let you know in future if this guest is coming or not, because life could get in the way, something could happen. So it's always 50-50. I never like to promise anything, but I will promise you the show will be back next week. And next week I will plan to do another pick and mix. I might be doing Mary Poppins. I would love to do Mary Poppins, actually, because I've got this really funny one. Because I was watching, not the film, but there was a scene. Yeah, there was a scene I found on YouTube, and I thought I could parody that scene. So I might do that one. We already another really funny, crazy one. So I really hope you guys do tune in for another pick and mix and stuff, because it is actually one of my favourite features that I do on the show. It's really fun. But the Jurassic Park one had a good reception, I believe. So there you go. And next week's movie review, I'm hoping to review The Wolfman next week, because I hope to see it in the week. Right, guys, time's up now for Manigan's Movie Music. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Tune in next week for more from me.